Giving all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakadash. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 7, straight to the point, verse 42. He answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory does abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak, but the day of doom should be the end of this time and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past, and intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up. Then should no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that has gotten the victory.
All right, we've been talking a lot about clocks lately, haven't we? Well, every January, the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientist, they make an important and timely decision, and that is deciding where to place the hand on the Doomsday Clock. It sounds a lot scarier than it is. It doesn't actually count down to the end of the world, but the concept behind it could give us some insight on the state of the world. And here to tell us more about it is Dr. Rachel Bronson. She is president and CEO of the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientist, a Chicago gal with us right now. We appreciate you being with us in-house this morning. There's a great line in Close Encounters of the Third Kind where Richard Dreyfuss is being interviewed by all the other scientists, and he says, "Who are you people?" So who are the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists?
Thank you. The Bulletin of Atomic Scientists was founded by Manhattan Project scientists at the University of Chicago who were working on nuclear energy and eventually started working on nuclear weapons. And they formed something called the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, which was to warn the public about this new technology that was evolving that had the potential to end life on Earth as we know it.
Nuclear weapons.
Nuclear weapons. And so they formed this bulletin, and my organization, the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, grew out of that initiative to engage the public on science and technology and evolutions that could end life on Earth as we know it. It started around nuclear weapons, and it's grown to include climate change as an existential risk, and we look at new disruptive technologies constantly, like AI and new biological innovations.
AI, a big new component in that. Now, the scientists, of which there were, about 15 or so, they're coming to Chicago when to kind of set the clock?
Yeah, that's right. They're coming next week. So they come every year, and we're in person for 2 days to set the clock. They've been preparing for the meeting for a number of months now.
And you said there's no shoe throwing going on.
There's no shoe throwing going on, but they do debate and engage on the issues that they know best. So we're bringing nuclear experts, both scientists and policy leaders, climate experts, and other technologies, so mis and disinformation, cyber, and particularly now innovations in the biological space. So what's happening in laboratories and how these issues connect with each other. So how does innovations in AI affect biological research, for example?
Right now, the clock is at 90 seconds away from midnight, and in January, we're going to get an update on that. Where do you think we're going?
So I don't know. That's what we're going to find out next week, and then they'll work it through. But it's an unstable time, and they take their jobs.
So it's at 90 seconds, but I think they're waiting until, after the presidential elections, because that's going to determine a lot. The markets, the economy is pretty much waiting for that to see where things are going to go. So I can't see it going down lesser than, going back more than 90 seconds, to like 120. So I definitely see it either staying at 90 or it's probably going to go down to like 60 seconds or something like that. With everything going on with Iran and Israel, and them doing those big attacks on each other back and forth, that's escalating. So I definitely see it going down probably to like 60 seconds, but we're getting there. Just like the precept I read in 2nd Esdras in the beginning is that, the end of this time is, the day of doom, which, they call it Doomsday. Some may call it the second judgment, the second death, by fire and brimstone that the Bible talks about, especially in Revelations. End times, it's different names for it, but we're getting closer and closer to that time. So with that, I'm gonna say this is just a quick little video. I'll probably update it when they actually set the clock. And with that, I'm gonna say salvation to the elect, shalom.